Keeping it authentic.
Good morning. Welcome to Excellence is an Understatement podcast with B-Shack and Mimi Baby. How you guys doing today?
Tired, man, but I'm pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let y'all go first.
Man, I am exhausted. I feel like I'm finally able to breathe.
Take a deep breath.
We meditated before you came.
Oh, did you really?
So I feel better.
Wow. Okay, just leave me out.
Was a little,
Just leave me out the damn freaking meditation
we had
group.
some morning meditation. You know, we was a little stressed.
Anyway, well, my week has been pretty cool. Did a lot of running around and once again spent a lot of time with the wifey as we should. And yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, cool week for me. You know what I'm saying? Training clients, still gearing up for the New Year's as far as marketing concerned. Getting people signed up and stuff. Went to my first onesie party last night.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying?
Onesie party?
Yeah, let me tell you something, yo. This is gonna
onesie party?
This is gonna This is gonna be my last onesie
I just want to
party.
know what you were.
Okay. All right. So check this out. This is how it went, right? So my boy Cullen, right? Shout out to Cullen, man. Known him since, Brian O'Minshew days, since Toddler. That's my day one, one of my day ones. And, he always has function at his crib. And I know he's had like a onesie thing like last year. I didn't really go. So decided to come through this time. I went to Walmart to pick up a onesie. Mm-hmm. Now, I went to the men's section, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm circling it. I'm like, am I really finna waste my money on like a $21 thing I ain't finna never wear again? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I was looking, they had a pink and they had a whatever. I'm like, look, nah. So, and they look big and baggy. Now, I remember I got a homie named Yvonne. We like the same height. And I remember going to Walmart with him one time and he actually got something out of the kids section.
Oh, Lord.
So, wait. So, in my mind, I'm like, okay, me and Devon are I'm about maybe an inch taller. Maybe I can fit. Yeah. So, I go in, I get the biggest kid's size. It's a NASA to one, too, because, I'm in astronomy and geology. So, I got me like an orange jumpsuit. Orange? NASA in the kids section. Yo, let me tell you.
So you already black, and you went and got an orange jumpsuit. Go ahead, continue.
Yeah. It's a NASA. Stop. So check this out. So look, I get the onesie, and I get to the crib. And they're like, yo, where's your onesie? I put it, and I'm like, it's right in my bag. And I go to the bathroom. Bro, y'all, that junk was so small. I'm talking about. It was hugging. It looked like capris.
It wasn't a kid section.
My print was going crazy.
It wasn't a kid section.
I couldn't even zip it up.
It wasn't a kid section.
Yo, I just look nasty, yo. I look like a creep. I'm not even gonna flex. Yeah. And next thing you know, his girl Chrissy, she's like, yo, I got a onesie. I got a Sailor Moon onesie for you, like this big black one. Aww. So I put that one on, but you know what I mean? It was.
Did you feel when you put that one on? Did you feel big and black?
Yo, this guy right here, he's trying. But it was a good night. It was a real good night, and it ended with me almost having to fight somebody.
Oh God, okay.
Yeah. Brandon.
No, people can't handle their drink.
Okay, no.
Somebody talking a little bit much, whatever. I just said this. He was talking a lot. Everybody's gonna know. I just said, and he said something smart to me. I just said swing.
What?
I just said swing, right? I knew he wouldn't, though. I knew he wouldn't. It was just to stop the situation, right? And I just said swing, right? And he was like, whoa, my bad. And I said swing.
What did he say?
And then his twin brother came down and was like, no, okay, stop. Because basically his twin brother, he's trying to, talk to a lady, right? And his brother was, he was cock blocking a little bit. And I was like, yo, look, your brother's trying to do his thing. Leave him alone. Listen. He's drunk, But
handle your liquor, guys.
Handle your liquor.
Handle your liquor, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Don't go out here going out bad. every party is a little bit of drama, but not really. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. That's a lot.
Nah, but it was cool. It wasn't nothing crazy like that. I just said swing just to stop the ridiculousness, and the ridiculousness stopped. The twins ruffled for a little bit. We had to protect the television.
Oh,
so
Lord.
I'm just looking forward to see what the quote is today.
The quote is also my quote. You know what I'm saying? Here's my quote. Our quote. So where is it? Denzel Washington. I am very proud to be black, but black is not all I am. That's my cultural historical background, my genetic makeup, but it's not all of who I am, nor is the basis from which I answer every question. And we'll expound on that at the end of the podcast. All right.
Yes, sir.
Right.
So,
Mimi, what you got for us today, girl?
So, it's the holiday time. And I know this is like one of the times where people get stressed out the most, including myself, being a teacher and trying to juggle work and just a lot.
Yep.
So I actually wanted to shed some light on that. Guys, I know the holidays, there's a lot going on. We're trying to manage our regular routine with, Thanksgiving and buying stuff for Christmas and going out of town to go see family, but we really need to take some time back to relax. Actually, Brandon this morning was telling me how important meditation is, and honestly, I think that was like the first time this week that I've actually like just woosah and just was like, all right, this is nice. Get away from all the juggling, crafts and trying to go out of town and packing and cooking and parties and all this stuff. So
just gotta start every morning that way, meditation,
So what do you think are like some good stress relievers for the holidays?
Stress relievers for the holidays. Well, start with meditation, like I said. I told y'all this. Start every single day with devotion, prayer, meditation, and meditation. You just gotta think about this, you guys. You're constantly moving. You're constantly on social media. You gotta, talk to family. You're constantly putting out energy and giving energy. You have to take a moment to filter your body out of that in your mind. So, me personally, like I said, every day I start my day with meditation to clear my mind of the last day's junk, so I can start with a nice clean palette for the day to come. As far as just other stress relievers, that's mine. I would just say enjoy family. Definitely best of prayers to anybody going through heartbreak. You know what I'm saying? My godmother passed about a month ago, so I'm cool, but sticking close to the God family with that going on. So hey man, spend time with family. So,
okay.
Yeah, I would like to say that be grateful and thankful in your situation, whatever you may have. I mean, believe it or not, we have all the tools to create and build and do whatever we want to do. Sometimes it's so hard to see that. So we should be grateful for the people in our lives, the things that we have. Even if we have a shitty job, we have a job. Even if your car is not the newest car, it still take you from point A to point B. Even if your clothes is not the newest, but you can still wear them, still keep you warm. So being grateful and actually knowing that, being aware of that, I think that will release a lot of stress and kind of like help you to relax a little bit. Meditation definitely is a key component. I recommend it, even if it's for 5 to 10 minutes a day or 5 to 10 minutes every other day. It's just make the time for it. Also prayers, I believe in that. But one thing is that you cannot just pray and worry. You can't pray and worry. You have to have it in your mindset like, I'm gonna pray and I'm gonna forget. Pray and forget. because that's when your faith start to exercise. And if you're gonna pray and have no faith, what's the point of praying? Because you pretty much wasting your time. So
right.
Or depending on what it is, you gotta work. You gotta actually step out and work towards that.
Yeah.
Faith is also action, depending on what it is. Sometimes it's stepping back and saying, "All right, God, I'm giving this to you." Sometimes it's, I'm putting faith in this, so I'm gonna work toward it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it's all the right tools. Just being grateful, being thankful. Look what you have around you. You have a lot. It's the holiday season. You have some of your family members around you. You have food you can put on your table. You have clothes on your back. Your kids are running around. You can watch TV. You can brush your teeth. Just the little minuscule stuff. Just be thankful for them, and man, your life will start to change really if you keep looking at things that way.
It's perspective, y'all. Perspective is everything in life. The way you look at stuff.
Yeah.
If there's one thing I've learned to master how you think in your own mind is mastering how you look at stuff. Changing perspective,
Yeah. I'll give you guys a little tip to how I like to see things. I don't picture things from the outside in. I picture things from the inside in. So pretty much, I like to consider myself like the actual Jeff is in the back of my head, sitting in a comfortable seat with a lot of monitors, just controlling emotions, fear, feelings, any situation that happens. So pretty much picture yourself sitting in the big behind chair with a lot. Seriously, like, right? Like, seriously, like, think about it. Like, you sitting on a chair, with all these monitors, and each monitor pretty much carries out something, whether if it's like jealousy, fear, whatever you go through that either upsets you or put you down or whatever it is. And you have a knob on each of those monitors where you can turn it down or you can turn it up. So pretty much if you're going through a stressful situation where it involves fear and all that stuff, you can actually turn that down, you know what I'm saying, and kind of like turn up faith or turn up prayer, turn up meditation. I like to view it like that because the body is just a body. Your actual self is not the body. So it's hard. Maybe it might be hard for you guys to understand, but your actual self is not the body. The body stay here whenever you're gone or whatever, but your actual self is in your head, and you got to learn how to master that. So I'm learning how to master that. But remember, you sitting on the chair, so you the one that's controlling everything.
Separating spirit and soul. To be honest, spirit and mind.
They're not the same.
So,
yeah,
I feel that.
Well, I know for me, when it comes to like stress and stuff, one of the things I love to do is before I go to bed, I'll make like a list of things that I want to get done.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try to get it done, early the next morning, or like put a time on it, so that way I can relax for the rest of the day, or even if it's just for that night. I love to take bubble baths, light me some candles, get my little Alexa,
None of y'all dudes better be taking bubble baths.
Hey, look.
Listen, you guys can take bubble baths, but, bruh.
Not serious.
I don't like sitting my own dirt. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like I take a shower before I sit.
Take a shower before you take a bath.
I don't think men have the time to sit there and take a bubble bath.
Me either.
But
like,
it's not even
could
just
be doing this.
like,
could be doing that.
It's relaxing. Like when you get the bubbles, you get the Epsom salt, you put a little lavender oil in there.
I would just feel weird sitting in a tub at this age. Like I feel like I'm too big to sit in it. I don't know. Like maybe in my mind it's like just something I did as a kid. But for me, I just just imagine myself sitting in the tub.
Well,
like I don't know, it's just weird.
Maybe for women it's different.
I can't see myself like
just rub it up, huh?
No, I can't see it. Y'all got a ducky floor. I don't know, man.
It's like, what do you do at that point? What do you do? You just sit there, right? And just like...
You could do a lot of things. Look, listen. What I do, I sometimes I'll take me a nice book and I light my candles. I'm reading.
Candles?
Yeah.
I mean, books, yeah, but candles?
Look, you get your favorite. You goddamn right. But listen, you light your favorite candles. You feel me? You put on the little the counter. You turn off them lights. You get you some music in the background. My personal favorite, Erykah Badu, Jill Scott, Cat.
Hell
You
no.
feel me?
I'm not gonna be
you get that hot water
rap music
with them bubbles. They feel all good on your chest and stuff. Because I'm short, and look, you put some little oil in there, put some Epsom salt, and you just soak, and you get you like a glass of wine. Okay. Man, listen,
right.
that's like the
some
best.
Honey Jack.
Oh my God.
Let's picture this. Let's picture a man. You know what? We use Brendan. Let's picture Brendan.
Just use me, yeah.
In the tub, Epsom salt, oil, his favorite candle.
Nah, hold up. I got too many followers that be wilding out
Glass
in
of
my
wine.
DMs
I'm
for
almost
this.
done. Glass of
Don't
wine.
picture none of this, y'all.
Glass of
I
wine.
got too many wild Instagram followers to be picturing
Somebody
that
gonna be
right
like, Brandon, so visual.
Nah, bro.
Like glass of wine.
Alright, now.
He's gonna do like 10 push-ups before he
You
get
see
in
how
the
they
tub.
use me as like, forget it.
Bro,
You the eye candy.
right? Like seriously, right?
Your fans want to see it. Come on.
Seriously.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
You're gonna play some Jay-Z in the background. That's really good. But that's fine.
Jay-Z, no, bro. Bro, if I'm gonna sit in the tub, I'm gonna play some, I don't know, like some like Dreamville, like what I just had on. Like it said some sleep, some PSE. I don't know.
To relax.
I'd play some soft rap. Let's say it like that. Maybe some smooth rap.
I'll sit. If I do sit in the tub, I'll bring the whole TV with my PS4. I'll be in there playing the PS4.
You about to electrocute yourself.
I know, right, bro?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, don't take a bath.
Read a book. Here we
go. Read maybe I would read a book in a. Nah.
Like a chapter or audio. Listen to an audio book. And just relax.
I like to actually read.
Honestly, like for all the guys out there, like I don't think there's any guy that could say like, "Hey, I take bubble baths for like 30 minutes to an hour or 45 minutes."
If you take bubble baths as a male, I need you to comment and say that. You know what I'm saying? Just admit it. Just admit it so we can see that that's a thing.
I'm just gonna say this is definitely for women because
Oh yeah.
I know a lot of women that loves bubble baths
my wife
occasionally.
does it. I come out of nowhere and pick up some bubbles and then push
I'm trying to tell you, they just bought me a whole bubble set, man. We in there.
Segue. Segue.
Butt rubs and bubble baths all 2020.
Segue.
Oh man. But yeah, I mean that sounds good. So, have you guys ever seen this movie called Acrimony?
No. Yes.
You saw it?
Taraji?
Yeah, Taraji.
Hey.
Oh my god.
You ain't seen it?
No.
Oh wow.
What's it about?
Homework.
But no, I'll give you a brief description. Think about it as a woman that invested her whole life into a man that cheated on her. He was sincere with his love, though.
Don't worry, guys. I'm gonna stick up for us this podcast. All right. On my topic, I'm gonna speak for the men in here.
I need to know what y'all think.
What I'm trying to say, first of all, we see this a lot in the black community.
Yeah.
Like we see a lot of black strong women invest their time into a man, mold that man to be a man. Be a motivator, a battery to charge this man to keep going, right? And then once that man reach that level, because here's the thing, that woman is gonna get fed up or get tired along the way. Mm-hmm. Don't expect her to continue to do this forever. Like right. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of energy that she's putting out. And she's not getting anything in return. Yes, she loves you. She knows you love her, but that's not enough. Love is not enough.
Of course.
So she's going the extra mile. She's expecting you to go the extra mile, but she believes in you and she believes in your dream. She not necessarily believing in your dream, but she believes in you. So that automatically give validation to believing in your dreams, right? So she invested all her time in you, like give everything up for you, and now you made it to where you wanted to be, right? In life, with the money, everything, right? And although you still give her some money, but you and her. Like, so you give all of that new you, that new transformated or whatever, transformation of you to a new person, to a new woman that's probably, that wasn't even there through the struggles, So we see this a lot in the black community, man. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of guys, that's how they see it. Like We see it a lot. Like if you pay attention to a lot of stars, actors, or movie producers, whatever, basketball athletes. The girl that they originally started from, that was there through their bull crap.
They're not there no more.
That's not the girl that they're with now in their successful life. So
look at Kevin Hart.
Yeah, and nothing bad about them, you know. But you have to understand that if somebody invested their time and was there through your shitty days, your struggle, and then you actually make it to that successful life where you want to be, like, why are you not with this person? Why didn't it work? If it worked during the shitty days, why would it not work during the successful days?
I haven't seen the movie, so I have no opinion.
Well, and then in the movie it was different because Taraji's character, she asked for the divorce because the woman that he ended up with, like, giving her this lavish lifestyle that the wife should have had.
He had promised the wife.
He promised the wife this lavish lifestyle, but he never did, and he was caught cheating. Mm-hmm. So the woman he was caught cheating with, he gave her this lavish life, the baby that they wanted, and all type of stuff. Mm-hmm. You know, and a lot of people was asking, like, who's wrong? Was it the wife? Was it the husband?
If I watch that, I'll give you a deep dive opinion into that.
You got some homework, but I'm gonna be honest. Love's not love is definitely not enough.
Yeah. Is that like the top?
No.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, love.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. Love is not enough. Any man, if you have a woman that is, you know, taking care of you, like pushing forward for you, being a strong part of your life, you're gonna have to go the extra mile, man. You know, I don't care what your dreams are. I'm not saying to put your dreams on hold. But I'm saying, like, you have to work on both ends. You know, you cannot just let her suffer, continue to pour into you, and you just taking, sucking the life out of this person. Because it's going to come to a point where that person is going to get fed up, and they're going to, you know, do whatever. You never know, you know? So, to all the black men or any man out there, you know, if you have a woman that's just, like, pouring so much into you, investing their time in you, go the extra mile. Stop sitting on your ass. Excuse my language, but I'm serious. Stop sitting on your ass and just taking from this person. You know, when you can go out there and provide and continue to work on your dreams as you do so. So get up, get the shit done.
And you know what? It don't really take a lot to please a woman. Like, seriously, all we want, depending on the woman, but most grown women, you know, who actually cares for a guy, all we want is to feel love and feel appreciated. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing,
That's it. Like, if you do that, you know, you're good.
Most men, us men, we get so... Okay, so I know I was the type of guy like, yeah, man, I want to give my wife this, I want to do this and this, and for her, I want to make sure she has this. And I'm still that way. And I had failed to ask her, like, hey, babe, what do you want? Like, what do you really want? My wife is not a lavish type of chick. She don't care if we had millions. She's not gonna go. She'll probably still go to a fucking Goodwill store and buy a pair of jeans.
My type of lady.
You know what I'm saying? And I love that about her, because sometimes I'll be like, babe, just go ahead, just spend it. Like, go get this. She's like, nah, that's not me. I don't like that. And whatever she gets, she'll still make it look good. You know? Mm-hmm. So. Shout out to the women out there like that. You don't have to be in the lavish lifestyle. You know, women that were born there or that wants to be there, that's fine. But, I mean...
Yeah, no, I mean, yo, people gotta... I guess if I speak from this kind of view, like, materialism, man, is I feel like a big killer. Like, people just gotta realize... There's more important things than, like, some of the small things, you know, you worry about. Like, whether it's how high maintenance you want to keep. Like, if you find somebody who's willing to go through the grind for you, I mean, yeah, man, stick it out, because at the end of the day, that's what's gonna last longer than, you know, than all the extra stuff. So, but like I said, I don't got too much to speak on because I haven't seen the movie. So,
because you live that lavish lifestyle, man.
No, I don't, man. I'm out here surviving in these streets. You know what I'm saying?
Custom made onesies and stuff.
Not custom.
Don't do that, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that.
No.
Don't do that. I was a cheap Walmart onesie. Don't try me. So we got a topic. We got a what's the next?
What you got on your mind this morning?
Oh,
so
me?
you got a lot.
I'm gonna do my health tip. Since because it actually stems from this, right? Since we talk about relationship,
let's do it.
So this is a healthy relationship advice tip.
Ooh.
Okay. Seriously,
man.
Now this is, of course, to both, genders, but honestly, mainly to women, because I find men find themselves in this position most of the time. Leave your baggage in the last situation you was in. Go through whatever healing you got to get through to not put that on whoever you're talking, you're about to talk to, or about you're dating. I found myself in this situation where, I'll come across good women, you know what I'm saying? But they got some type of baggage or something. Like it's a great relationship, we'll get into it. But then I start to see certain signs, or I start to notice certain things where it's like, okay, this person isn't ready. Like this is getting to a point that they're not ready for, because whatever trash situations that they've had is still, they still haven't healed from or whatever. And of course, you got, your men who are definitely willing to be that pacifier or whatever, help you through. But a guy like, me, of course, I wanted to be that person, but was just a person that has, of course, a lot on the plate. And I feel like I've arrived to a certain area in life. It's just like, don't come to me if you ain't ready, if you ain't here. It's like, or for instance, yesterday I was at the onesie party. Mm-hmm. You at the party, you eye out whoever you want to talk to for the night. There was kind of like two people but it's whatever. Huh? Oh. No, bro.
Brandon the neck, huh?
No, bro. It was like trying to get some attention, but it was fun stuff, right? So one of the chicks, she was, of course, she knows, my homie Cullen and some of the people around, and she's like, so what he be on, right? Or like, tell me about him or whatever. And as jokingly as it is, I take this quote to heart. J. Cole said, all jokes contain some truth. So a lot of times when people joke, I'll take it seriously because I know that there's an underlying truth to why they said that. And I told her, like, look, I'm going to just tell you this right now. We're not going to do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need you to realize that I understand you may have dealt with whatever trash dudes you have in the future, but it's not up to me. It's not my responsibility to have to prove everybody else wrong for you. You got to get whatever healing, do whatever you got to do. Mm-hmm. And when you're ready for a man that knows that's going to treat you, cool. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I'm just at a point in my life where I'm healed with whatever, and I can only deal with other healed people in a sense. I just don't have that capacity. So that's just my advice, Before you get into a situation or feel like you want to invest your time into somebody, go through therapy, do your healing, take time, stop jumping into another talking or relationship right after you get out of a situation. Stop ending up at the boy's crib that you mess with the day you break up with your whoever you with. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop. Don't do that, man. Give your time to be by yourself, to figure out what you want in a person, and you heal from whatever you got, because you can't keep putting your baggage on everybody else.
Nah, you know what? That's so true. And one of the things like I live by is when you're in a relationship, in order for your relationship to be like the best that it can be, you have to work on your singleness. And what I mean by your singleness is yourself. Like, at the end of the day, that other person is not responsible for your happiness. That other person is not responsible for your healing. You have to take that initiative to heal yourself, to be, happy with yourself in order to be happy with somebody else, to make that relationship right. And I definitely agree with the whole don't be, jumping from relationship. If you're in, a time period where you're breaking up with somebody or, stuff just went sour, take some time to step back and figure out yourself. Like, what's some things that you took from that relationship and try to work on that so you can be better for the next person.
I love when Will Smith got on Instagram at first, man. He was giving like a whole bunch of advice. And I think I watched a Red Table Talk with him and Jada as well. And one thing that they, really realize is, of course, their perspective on their marriage is extremely healthy, right? And what it is that they secure their own happiness, not depending on each other for each other's happiness, but they secure their own happiness and bring that to each other to expand that happiness, you know what I'm saying? So what you gotta also realize is when you're coming to somebody, you can't depend on that person for your happiness. When people are, with these cute little memes and stuff on Instagram, oh, this person's my happiness, or about stop learning from social media, bro. You can't depend on other people for your joy and happiness. Secure that within yourself, you know what I'm saying? And then spread that to whoever. Because, after a while you just become a leech and you start sucking everybody else dry, and the next thing you know, that good man or whoever that good man is now tired of women, and he can eventually become a trash dude because he's tired of whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Toxic almost to depend on somebody else for your happiness, for your
it is toxic.
healing.
It is toxic. It's
a little toxic.
But people don't. At the end of the day, I don't think people even realize. I think people just don't realize even that. So they don't even have that perspective, on it. But hey, that's why perspective is everything, So that's my piece, man. Heal.
And give some time before next relationship.
Now, I know Jeff's gonna say
because a lot of people, when they in relationships, sometimes it don't be fully over until after a few months.
I used to be the dude to save too. I was the dude. The homies would be like, Brandon, bro, huh?
Mass in the Cape.
You know what I'm saying? I was a dude. The homies was like, dog, bro, nah, that's not it, B. Nah, B, you can do better, B. And yeah, I wouldn't listen. But now I know. Thank you, Cam.
Did you do the stance?
Thank you, Gio. Thank you, Cam. Thank you, Hollywood
Did you
Cole.
did you do the stance? Da-da-da-da.
Nah, bro. My thing was, I guess, and I realized I had to stop doing this too. But you see potential in people. You know what I'm saying? And one thing you can't do is fall for somebody's potential, because at the end of the day, they may never reach that full potential. You never know that. So you can't fall in love with people. Now, it's good, say y'all are on the same quote-unquote level, which I don't even like that phrase, but say y'all on the same playing field, spiritually, mentally, physically, right? Mm-hmm. And maybe both y'all see potential in each other. Cool. Y'all on the same playing field. But if it's a situation where you're up here and you're with somebody and it's you looking at that potential, you can be this, whatever. I don't know, it's like a hit or miss. Sometimes those situations work, sometimes it doesn't.
You're right.
But I feel like people gotta stop falling for potential a lot of times.
Ooh, child.
Because sometimes that'll never come to fruition.
You sound like me a few months ago.
Y'all should be like, y'all watch Shark Tank?
Sometimes.
Y'all should be like sharks, like the sharks in Shark Tank.
Oh, he's gonna give us some soft.
Right,
here you go, ladies. Your favorite guy on the podcast.
Anyone that you guys come across, or if you see somebody that you like or whatever, you have to look at everything as a potential risk, because you don't know what this person is carrying with them, and you will never know, because some people never display that information, right?
I like to ask the hard questions to start off.
Yeah, but they'll give you ask the hard questions. They'll give you. Some people can mask it. You can mask it. You listen. How can you tell the between the truth and the lie?
Okay, okay. Me personally, maybe others can't relate, but I feel like one of my spiritual gifts is the gift of discernment. I've always been able to figure people out pretty easily. I can kind of tell sometimes if somebody's lying straight to my face. Now, obviously, that's not saying I know everybody and I can just figure every single person out. But me personally, I've been able to avoid most situations that people have with people, like dirty situations, because I can catch things super early.
But what if you have somebody on that can fool you very easily? Listen, whatever you good at, there's somebody that's good at the opposite of it that can get you. So my whole thing is, you're never gonna encounter somebody that's on the same level as you, no matter what. Whether if it's spiritual, physical, you will never encounter a perfect, because there's no such thing as a perfect person, right? Perception. Everybody have a different perception in life. If you from Atlanta, you live out here in Atlanta, right? I live out here in Atlanta. I could say Atlanta is like really messed up, but your experience here, your perception of Atlanta, like is really great. But we live in the same area and everything. Your perception on things matters. So you come across somebody that's nice and stuff like that, but they're not on the same level. They might drive a nice car, have a good job, you know, like you do.
Materialism for
but
one.
I'm saying like their outside life look like it's intact, you know, like yours is. Apparently, you know, people
that's
judge
not what I'm
it.
looking at.
I know, but here's the thing: like some people know how to mask things. Some people been dealing with things for so long that they have a coping mechanism. Like they literally yell on the inside. They know how to mask. Some people mask things by accumulating more women. Mm-hmm. Some men mask things by smoking or partying a lot, drinking a lot.
It's
you know
like,
what I'm saying?
Okay,
yeah.
so I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
They may seem like everything is good with them, like they're this all
that's
about
what I'm
God,
saying,
and then really he be fucked up.
But my thing is, you can usually tell that in a person, anyways. Though, like you can sometimes a lot of
may take
that's
time.
not true.
I don't know. I feel like it depends. I feel like okay. Let me just. I'm just say this out there. I don't think everybody is necessarily like. I don't think people like have the critical thinking or psychological skill to do.
Okay.
Like, I feel like it's a skill to be able to. You know what I'm saying?
Man, and for all the men out there, you're a man. You come across a woman that is, man, phenomenal. Like she looks pretty, her talk is proper, she keep it together, clean, everything, smart, everything, right? You've been with this girl, like you fall in love because like that's the kind of girl that you like. You start to fall in love, and what does love do? It put another layer of shades on you, which means you overlook things. You don't see certain things, even if the sun is right in your face. You overlook it because you're in love. That's what love does. It blinds you. It creates blindness. So you're in love with this person, right? You're in love with this person, but years later, you finding out things about this person. You know what I'm saying? Like that you didn't know before because you didn't take the time.
That's gonna happen all the time.
Yeah. But that's what I'm trying to tell you. Sometimes you're not gonna know everything at first. You have to look at everything that you get into as a potential risk.
Yeah.
It's just about like if you guys will come to a common ground and kind of start to like put your heads together and start to build, because you don't really start building until you guys put your heads together.
So you're talking to me as a significant other.
I'm
talking to individual people out there that are single or getting out of a
Yeah,
relationship.
I'm talking to all of them.
These people need to be self-aware for themselves before they get in a situation.
Yeah,
I feel like you're talking to the person. You need to be willing to deal with.
No. It's meeting that person. It's just meeting that person. First of all, if some people are gonna take what you say and start to judge women as soon as they meet them, right? The person might say one thing bad, they might judge that person. Oh, the way the person was raised. If they, the way they carry themselves, you might be able to judge that person. Be like, oh no, this person look like they got issues. Oh, you know what I'm saying? You have to look at things from a different shade. You really, literally got to step back, like, and start to look at things. And I realized that because I've been in a lot of relationships before, where, you know, I've experienced all of that. You know, I've been in long distance relationships and I've experienced all of that.
Me too. I've had my experiences.
And now that I'm married, you know, you don't really start to build. You don't really start to see things until you guys like put your head together. Like your head literally got to be together, man. So imagine coming across somebody where their mind, their perception of life is there. Yours is here. You're nowhere near the same level, nor will be until you guys establish a common ground. You know what I'm saying? You guys just gonna be feeding off the little vibe you're throwing out, whether if it's good or bad. That's what you're feeding off. And this person right here, even if they have like a lot of baggage, they might be throwing out that good vibe, like consistently, on time, every time. And you just feeding off of that. You feeding off of that vibe. Not once did they throw out a bad vibe. So how are you just gonna, you know, judge that person and be like, oh, yeah, this person is bad. Like
it's not. Whoa. Okay,
let's
so
not
for
say
one,
that.
when you see patterns, yeah. Okay, so for one, when you live through life, you learn. All right, and me personally, I'm big into psychology. So yeah, like I feel like when you see certain signs or certain things happen, people say certain things. Yeah, you can kind of tell or guesstimate. Okay, this probably had this situation, and yeah. If you're sitting here going around asking certain people in the whatchamacallit, oh, what's he like? Yeah, I can tell you dealt with trash dudes. And I even asked her that, right? And she's like, well, show me different. And I'm like, look, yo, okay, like...
Why you make it seem like she sound that aggressive?
Was she?
Come on, what are you talking about? We at the party, we drinking, like... Yeah, well, she was very shy at first. But then she kind of got... Hey, look, yo, if you're watching this, much love to you. I'm not talking jump, but this is a very good example. I'm sorry. So, but yeah, man. But so maybe, I can just tell certain things.
How old is she?
Huh?
How old is she?
Well, she's 30.
What the fuck? Okay.
I talked to a woman older, too.
Okay, fine. But okay, her experience, and you got to look at her experience. What she, like how she... Maybe that's what she's used to. That's how she's doing it.
And that's cool. What I'm saying is that to speaking to that person, like be self-aware, spend time with yourself, and realize what you're saying is I feel like you're giving like it's almost like I feel you. You can't pick every baggage or connect every single action that you do linked to whatever deep-seated crack you got in your life. Mm-hmm. But I'm talking to people now. What you do is not jump from relationship to relationship. You spend time with yourself, learn yourself, become self-aware. Like what you're like.
I get that, but that's such a scary thing for people to do. We were just
but that's cool. But do it.
It's
so
based
what?
Off of
but
what
do
you
it.
can handle.
It's so what?
Like if okay, say a guy came to me and he was like, look, this is what I'm doing. I just got a relationship, and this is I got some stuff from the last relationship. I can choose rather to stay with him and try to work it out with him, or be like, you know what, I need you to work on your
especially when it's something.
Okay, I get that.
Also think about how early it is when you meet somebody. If it's already that fast, you start to pick up stuff. Yeah. You shouldn't even pick up on certain things until maybe months or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
If I'm looking at it from a woman perspective, for example, right? A woman that been with a man for a very long time.
Don't worry, man. I'm gonna hold it down.
That's in love. That was in love, right? Mm-hmm. Say their relationship ended, right? Mm-hmm. And it's so. And I guarantee you, women get attached, right? Men do too, but we know that women, they get attached to this.
Estrogen, oxytocin, and all that good stuff. Yeah,
which is fine. But like that attachment, even if she's not with that person, it's still there partially. You know what I'm saying? So she want to escape. And she probably thinking like the only way she's gonna escape is moving on to the next guy. So she don't have time to sit back.
So wrong person.
Not moving to the next guy, but looking for somebody that's gonna take her mind off of it. Like,
and that's a negative.
And that's wrong.
Thinking.
That's toxic.
That is toxic, but that's just how it is. That's what I'm saying. You got to see it that
Everybody
way. Right?
ain't just
so this is where
you're giving excuses, Zeus. That's what you're saying. No, you're allowing room for like.
No, this is where a real man.
I'm talking about accountability, yo. It's accountability at the end of the day. You got to be accountable.
I got you, but not everybody gonna think that way. So this is where a real man. Some men will take advantage of a situation like that. Then some men, most men will take advantage of a situation like that. A real man, a man that's sincere, would help this person get through.
I don't think that does not define a real man. A real man saying, okay, I'm going to take on all your baggage. That does not mean you're
that's what I'm saying.
No.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like this man, instead of taking advantage of that situation, he's going to, probably give her tips to like, okay, like maybe she was expecting to go home with this dude that night. And he's like, no, you should go home. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna go my way. I feel like you need. Or even if you drop her home, say, hey, you should come in. Like, no, I feel like you need your time. I need my time. Most guys, they'll be like, yeah, let's go to your house or come to my crib. They'll take advantage of the situation. You can't be like, every other man. You have to be like, okay.
Well, what kind of situation are you talking? Are you talking about, say, like I was in a party setting like that?
Yeah, something
well,
similar
for one,
like that.
I can't tell that she's super deep, got baggage, and like, or whatever.
You can
So
never
it
tell.
wouldn't necessarily been like, it wouldn't necessarily been like me. If
You
say
can never
it
tell.
went that way, that wouldn't have. Yeah, but so you can't say I would be taking advantage if I couldn't tell.
I'm not saying you
or whatever. Yeah,
I'm not saying you, but I'm saying like, you know, and most women go through certain situations where they just want to escape. They need to yell. They need to yell, not just internally, but externally. They need to vent.
And
he's a
that's
healer
true.
by nature.
But okay,
I'm not.
at the end of the day,
I'm not a healer. Y'all.
At the end of the day, that's true.
Yeah.
When women get out of relationships, we need that space. We want to yell. We want to do all that. We have
take
to
time by
break
yourself to heal.
That's what we're
That's
saying.
what I'm saying.
But nobody want to
don't
be
use
by
somebody
themselves.
else.
Okay, but that's
Nobody want to be by themselves.
Yo,
okay, but
yeah,
that's
for
true.
one,
But at the end of the day,
depending, I
if
think
you
it
can't
comes
be
from your
by
mind.
yourself, like you shouldn't be with somebody
Exactly.
yet. You have to be
able
comfortable
be
with
by
yourself
and that's
first.
the problem. People want to depend on other people for their happiness and their healing. That is toxic
I get
and
that.
it's wrong. And
Just
that
be-
makes and that breeds a lot of these trash dudes too.
Trash
so,
dudes,
yeah, women gotta
situations
hold
that
themselves
women don't
accountable.
really want to be in. You
People
know,
make babies out of this situation.
Exactly. If I was in love with this dude and I broke up with him, I'm not about to go sleep with this other dude to get over him. That's toxic.
And I've gotten that text, lady. I've gotten that. I just broke up with my... Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I see, and don't flex. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't flex.
It's toxic.
Like, it's toxic.
It's
don't
so
use
toxic.
me to get over your ex or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's toxic too. You
Because
using
you know
me.
what? But you know what? It's ladies out here that will give that advice. Like, the way to get over a man is to get under another one. No, it's not. Take time
And
off
now
for
you
yourself.
and now you're mixing your spirit with two people, and now you're confused and don't
Right.
realize why you got some issues coming that you never had.
So
before.
now you got problems with Johnny, and now you got problems with De La Quan too. I don't know where that
And
name
then
came
shoot,
from.
look, hopefully the niggas don't find out
Where did
about
that
each
name
other and then
come
start
from?
fighting and
I'm
stuff.
trying to tell
you know what
you.
I'm saying? Like, no, Jeff.
Now you
Hold
pregnant.
yourself accountable. I don't want to hear it. Hold yourself accountable. Heal by yourself. Go find a therapist. You don't have to be. Hire somebody that
Not
does
even
that.
that.
Get
You
a
know
therapist.
what?
Talk to your preacher. Talk to or somebody smart and that's not gonna give you bad advice.
Just
But don't
listen out.
depend on a relationship. I'm going hard, like, cause I'm tired of that, yo. Like,
I
it's
am
annoying.
too.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what?
Like,
my last breakup, you know, I was with this dude and I don't know what I was thinking. I really thought he was the one, but he was some shit. That's what he was. You know, shout out to the shits. But
you know who you is.
You know who you are.
Hey, Brendan, are we allowed to call women shits?
Hey, you can say yo, this is a freeway podcast. Say
This
whatever
is.
you want. I'm gonna get raw when I feel like I need to get raw.
We're just not gonna use the B word and all
Women,
that other stuff.
I would not disrespect you.
Oh yeah, I mean, I
Please
don't
don't.
call a woman out of their name, but
Please
I'm
don't.
just saying I'm not gonna. I don't feel like we should. I mean, if whatever y'all want to say, I don't care. Like, this is an unfiltered podcast.
It is, but
So.
this guy, if he does listen to this, I mean, he's already he knows what he did. He still calls my phone apologizing.
I'll tell you this. There's
But-
only been one situation I've ever called a woman out of her name, and that was my first heartbreak. So yeah, first heartbreak.
You know
yo.
what?
And
I need to talk about that too, cause y'all get y'all heart broke in 4th grade, and then it's just like.
You know what? But critical thinking, right, will allow you to realize, you know, okay, so I'll put it like this, right? She got my heart broke, and it was like a whole week of me just talking mad junk, blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, there was another dude involved or whatever, and he was like getting all blah, 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 whatever.
He was about to fight.
Well, yeah, well, it wasn't even, it was a situation that happened like right after the breakup. So it wasn't even in the relationship, it was like right afterwards, but it was like dirty. So, you know, I came to a point where I was like, okay, do I become the typical player dude that just break every woman's heart that, you know, come across because I'm hurt? Or do I become a savage? And there's a difference in my opinion. You know, a player is a dude that is going to, you know, use your feelings, try to get what he want out of you, whatever, you know, break your heart, whatever. A savage is just, they grown about the situation. Hey,
See?
I'm grown, you grown, I'm grown, what's up? And so, you know, I had my savage, you know, stage of life. So I've never necessarily put my baggage from a relationship on anybody else. Because I mean, it's unfair for me. It's just a situation like, nah, I don't.
I try to like between relationships, I always try to take time out for myself. One of the things I really found out that I love is picnics. I will go to the park by myself with my little blanket. I take me some snacks, take me a notebook, and I'll write. What you? What?
He said white people stuff.
Look, you see all this melanin.
Sometimes I like to go to Piedmont Park and chill out.
But but it's relaxing. And like what I do, I have so many notebooks.
That's where you
outdoors.
That's where you meet those creeps, Bob.
Oh my
God.
First of all,
no, they're all on social media for one.
But like, during relationships, I like to
I get it.
Take myself out on dates, and I try to take a notebook everywhere I go or whatever, just like to write down if there's some things, in that relationship that I kind of want to like heal from. I'll write that down, talk about like why I allowed things to happen, because especially like if stuff is bad and that person is doing a lot of things, you're kind of allowing that to happen if you don't leave.
Exactly.
So I write down some things that I want in my, the next relationship. I write down some things that I want to work on with myself, with some things that the relationship taught me, and, really work on yourself, work on healing, because whatever relationship, you got some healing to deal. If you broke up, if y'all break up, there's some healing that you need to do within yourself. Take that time, and then you out, chilling with your girls, chilling with your guys, and you see this nice little, you feel me? Take your shot, but heal first.
I've gotten real good at telling people how to treat me. You know what I'm saying?
You should.
Like seriously, like you gotta get to a point to where like you just won't even allow nobody to ruin your atmosphere or treat you no type of way. You be like, look, I'm gonna tell you this right now. If you're gonna do with me this XYZ, this is, you know what I'm saying? And if a person doesn't respect that, then cool. Move on. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I've gotten to a point of less gray areas and more absolutes, and it makes life a lot more easy for me personally. Look at Jeff. Go ahead, Jeff. Rebuttal.
But you need to know your worth, though, because you know what? Even in my relationship, there's some things that my boyfriend does that sometimes I'll be like, "Hey, I don't like that, and this is why I don't like that." I'm not gonna allow. Oh gosh. Okay.
Podcast content. We
right,
being babes, man. People want to know like some stuff.
All right. For instance, my boyfriend and I, we love to sit down at the kitchen table and we will talk for hours. Our first date was 3 hours long. We literally just talk.
That's beautiful. When
it's
you can
talk.
Just talk.
You feel me?
People can't talk.
So we were in, I wouldn't call it a debate, but he feels very strongly about this topic that we talked about multiple times. And we were having dinner and we were talking, and and as I was talking, he picked up his phone, and I was like, yeah, nah, I need you to put that down. The reason I need you to put your phone down while I'm talking is because I feel ignored because of X, Y, and Z. And he was like, you know what? I apologize, babe. I got you. You feel me? And stuff like that. So, you have to set an example of how you want to be treated, what you want and stuff like that,
Yeah.
That's just a small example. I know it ain't, all that,
yeah,
but...
I'm a robot. I have a manual.
Yeah.
When you get me, you got to go through the manual. You got to put me together. You got to know how to maintain me.
Mm-hmm.
But once you put me together, I know how to maintain you.
Whatever.
Yeah.
You sound like you get built up.
Right.
But real shit, I mean, I get it. We all have to have standards and boundaries and stuff like that. All I got to say about that is that, you're going to have to work with somebody along the way, because not everybody's used to that. If it's somebody that seems like you can really invest your time in, you will literally have to kind of like bring your walls down a little bit, turn it down a little bit.
All right, yo, Brianna Simmons, shout out. You was a great ex. You know what I'm saying? All right, we gonna put it like this. Just so we get the full gist. Great relationship. Great, woman. Obviously, she just had things, that she had to get over. So it's like even if everything is perfect, it's sometimes it can really just be one thing that you have to get over, and that could literally, kill or end the relationship. So it's like, you know what I mean?
So you think if y'all work on that one thing, y'all can get back together?
But it couldn't, because here's the thing. She also got trash baby daddy that, of course, that hadn't been together for like 4 years, right? You know what I'm saying? Huh?
Put that girl information out like that.
Huh? Huh?
Alright, so
anyway, trash baby daddy, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you always reminded of your baggage and all that stuff. Yeah. So it's just a situation of like, alright, you gotta step away.
It goes back into...
You can't win. And you were the one who told me to step away from the situation, by the way.
You gonna throw me under the bus?
Brianna,
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm too real, I guess.
I'm sorry, Mom. But listen, at the end of the day, it is...
He told me to leave.
Wow.
Before they end up at the house and get up.
We got it.
Right?
We got it.
So at the end of the day, we're going to wrap up that topic with, heal. But, if there's somebody who has baggage, if you are in a space to deal with that baggage, you do you. But I wouldn't encourage it. That's just me. Alright, so look.
She'll probably never watch it anyways.
Alright, so y'all know we're about to go into a whole new decade, 2020.
Yeah.
So, alright. What's some toxic behavior so we can leave? In this year, in this decade, going forward, what's some things, some toxic behaviors we need to just go on and drop it off right now?
Is being less tolerant of people toxic? Like choosing to not tolerate people.
I wouldn't say that. That's more like a preference, I think. I don't know. I wouldn't call that toxic though.
If y'all want to call that a toxic trait, maybe that's me. I don't know. I've gotten to a point to where I'm like, I don't know. Or you know what? Nah, never mind. My toxic trait I probably need to leave behind is, probably like just being a know-it-all sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I know I'm an intelligent dude and I know what I bring to the table and do. Mm-hmm. But, even when I'm right or know that I'm right, I can be harsh on people. So let me put it like that. I've gotten to a point of being a little harsher and less tolerant people. You know what I'm saying? And it can hurt feelings. Okay. So maybe that's my toxic trait.
A wise man never said a word.
Huh?
A wise man never said a word.
Never said a word. I guess so. You know what I'm saying?
I get to my toxic situations later, but toxic situations that you guys should leave in 2019, moving forward into 2020. Doubt. Stop doubting yourself. Okay? I listen to TD Jakes a lot. I'm sorry, guys, but I do. And he talked about, this episode, he talked about master builder, where every man was created to be a master builder. We have the tools, everything to create, and I think that going into 2020, we should realize that and actually start to create, because it could be the smallest of things. You can bake a pie and start advertising for it on Instagram. You could do the littlest thing. Just create. That's what you were put on this world to do. So stop doubting yourself. Stop looking at the next person that's already advanced, or don't just stop paying attention to them. Just start to do you. Don't doubt yourself and just keep going. That's the first part for me. Anybody else?
I got a whole list of things, but I think my biggest one is in our community we keep telling people to deal with toxic family members, and the phrase is, "Oh, that's still your dad, that's still your mom, that's still." Whatever it is. And it's just like, if that family member is causing you any type of,
lack of peace.
Yeah, like you don't have to deal with them just because they're family. It sucks, but I feel like this: everybody in your life has to earn that spot in your life. You know, so if somebody's not treating you the way that you want to be treated, baby,
you gotta go.
You gotta go. And when you work on treating me the way I want to be treated, then we can talk. But until then, hey.
In my mind, blood don't carry on into the next life.
I have friends who are more family than my family is. Some of my family members are. So I'm leaving that in this decade.
Yeah. Blood don't carry on into the next life, no way.
Hey, I got a question. So, do you spend New Year's Eve with your bae? Like, or are you allowed to go out with your friends? Are you like what like?
I don't know
what
about
is
these
the whole
allowings
thing?
And stuff, but
let me not say allowed. Is New Year's Eve a bae holiday, or can you spend it with family? Can you spend it with friends, or do you have to spend it with bae?
I guess for my situation, for most married couple or people that live together, couples that live together, I would rather share that time. Even if I'm with my significant other, we could be around friends at the same time, but I would rather be there with her because we did 2019 together or whatever. So going into 2020. Before opening that door, I want her to turn that knob with me. You know what I'm saying? So, and if our friends is there, then we all gonna turn the damn knob. But I'm not gonna, say that it has to be with a group of friends. I would rather do it, with my significant other. I mean, it makes sense because you can really kind of like reflect a few minutes or a few hours before, kind of reflect on how 2019 went, and start to think about 2020 together, and then you're gonna turn that knob and walk through that door.
I mean, I'm single. If I had a lady though, I would be with her on New Year's, whether it was with friends or just ourselves. And I've spent like a New Year's in different ways. Like I've had New Year's, at the watch night service. I've had New Year's with fam. I've had New Year's with friends, Cullen, crazy parties at Cullen's crib. But I would say if I did have a significant other, I would want to be with that significant other in whatever environment I am on New Year's. That'd be my preference, but I don't think it's like no rule or what you have to. Look, at the end of the day, it's your relationship. Y'all make up your own rules and your own standards. You know what I'm saying? Don't have to be this is how it has to be.
It's women.
Make up your own rules in whatever relationship and how y'all work.
It's women out here that's like, he ain't my man unless we spend a New Year's Eve together. I don't know where this came from, but
social media, memes and
No.
social media that's my thing. Like people keep learning off of social media and
this
memes.
whole relationship goes to
everything is a caption. Everything's a caption, yo.
Keep that in 2019.
Boom.
Keep captions in 2019.
Boom.
You know what I'm saying?
Aye.
Like keep captions on social media, not in real life.
So
You know what I'm saying? Memes.
you know it.
Shoot.
All right. So
Learn from life and experiences.
hey Jeff, you got something for the men?
For the men, oh man, I got a lot of things for you guys.
Really?
Yeah. So
ladies.
For the men, I just want to kind of tell you guys that going into 2020, this is so serious for me because the month is almost over and we about to turn that knob. Us men, we need to do a better job stepping up to the plate. I think that we've kind of let things go a little bit. We kind of leave things behind. Where black men, oh man, really, but
I mean, but statistically, if we're looking at statistics, black men. I
mean, like, we're going into 2020. First of all, let's not hate our own brothers. Okay, let's not be jealous of our own brothers because of what they have. Let's not harm our own brothers. You know what I'm saying? We could live a better life. We could do better. We can say hi to our brothers in the street when we see them instead of just eyeing them up and down because of what they have on them, the kind of car they're hopping out of. We could do better. We could do better for our significant others. We could do better for our families. There's so much things we need to work on. But the first thing is just working on yourself, like Brandon and Ming was saying not too long ago. Start taking the time, men. Start taking the time to kind of invest in yourself. Start to build. You are a master builder. That's what we are. Master builders. Master builders. Start to build on yourself. You have the foundation because God has given us the foundation to do so. Don't sit there and keep saying like, yeah, one day it's going to happen. No. You have the foundation. You have to start now. And then that's when God start to work. God gave you the tools that you need already. So as you just wait on him to do it, he's not going to do it. You have the tools like everybody else. So start to build knowledge.
That works is good.
Yeah. Start to invest in yourself. Knowledge. The more you know, let me tell you, the more you know, the more doors you can go through. Okay? I think some rappers says this, like they rather carry, Big Sean actually said that. He'd rather be armed with knowledge than with a weapon. You know what I'm saying? Because knowledge is a weapon itself. One that you cannot take away. One that you cannot destroy. One that you can do so much things with. So, black man, whatever you hear in the musics, whatever these rappers are telling you, nothing against them, but this is their job. They don't live that lifestyle they tell them. Not all of them do. A lot of them are married, family's good. This is a job for them.
It's the white corporation talk.
Yeah, when they sit around these tables with those white collared individuals, they tell them, okay, yeah, do this because you guys are gonna feed off of this. And until rappers start to say like, okay, I don't want to rap about this anymore, and I want to rap about something positive, you're gonna start seeing a shift.
Or rapping about it in a different light.
Rapping in a different light. When you talk about women, like. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I hear songs where it's like women, she gonna have to top me off and this and that. Like all you hear is that. It's like, yo, like when did you guys like start to like disrespect women to that extent where you just all she gotta do is top me off and this and that. Like
to love songs.
Not even love songs, but like a little bit. Don't get me wrong. I know there's girls out there that don't care. That's what they do. That's fine. You can't judge them on that. That's what they do. I understand that. But when you speak for just women. When rappers rap, they just rap about women. They don't just rap about a certain type of women. Like I was listening to the new Fabulous album, and he talked about women in a different light because the man is married. So the way he talked about J. Cole. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to differentiate. You have to differentiate because you can't put a woman that's willing to do anything in the same room with a woman that's very conservative. That you know what I'm saying. So
I reply. Keep going.
Yeah, you can't see them under the same light. So men, let's not look at women as an object. Like, cause these music, that's what they do. They make us to look at women as an object. Whether if she's in a dress, they just or stuff like that. Like you guys look at every woman the same way. Let's not do that. You got to be able to differentiate a woman from a thought. Excuse my language. You have to be able to differentiate, or you're gonna fall for so many stupid things. You're gonna treat every woman the wrong way. Yeah. So going into 2020, guys, I would say if you have a dream or goal, something that you want to achieve, it's time to start building. It's time to start creating. Because you have the foundation for it. You have to just apply a little bit, learn a little bit more just to do so. I'm not telling you guys to go back to college. I'm telling you to learn a little bit more. You can read, you can do so many other things. Let's start treating women better in 2020. Let's start doing that, and let's start holding ourselves accountable for certain things. Stop making the same stupid mistakes, that you made in 2019, because if you didn't learn nothing from 2019, you're not going to learn anything in 2020. So start applying yourself, start believing in yourself, stop doubting yourself, start to want more in life. There's going to be rainy days. Meek Mill, Fabulous, talk about that. There's going to be rainy days. There's going to be sunny days. But whenever it gets, whenever you go through these rainy days, you have to be able to weather the storm. So start believing, start achieving, start creating, start growing, and start to build the people around you. Life is not a game. Life is not a game. Money is just money. time is way more expensive than money, and you don't have much of it. So that's my whole 2020 little speech.
I have a little reply to that too. You know, y'all know me. I'm a person, you know, when it comes to things like that, I like to pinpoint what the issue is and see how we can really fix it. This is why black people are where they are right now. Look at every other culture and look at us, right? Everybody has a home. Everybody has a culture. Everybody has an identity. The problem is our community lacks identity, knowing who we are. You know what I'm saying? It's like all most people know is up to slavery. People don't know the history past slavery. You know, the kings and the queens of Africa and all these different cultures. If we were actually more connected to our actual cultures and knew of our cultures and their history and not have been cut off of just where slavery is, I feel like we wouldn't even have a lot of these issues. Because you got to realize is, I'm not too big on Kanye right now. I'm still trying to figure out if I feel like he's authentic or not. But I watched an interview of him and he spoke some real stuff, man, and it offended, you know, a lot of people in the hip hop community. And I'm a hip hop community person, but I agree with him. Like, we got to realize that a lot of black hip hop culture and black culture is within the parameters of what these Caucasian folk in media that own all these corporations have allowed us to create. You know what I'm saying? Like, what we got to realize is, you know, we've had a lot of accomplishments. We have a lot of, you know, things going for us. But it's our lack of identity that keeps us at bay with our respect for each other. You know what I'm saying? You know, if all we hear about is, you know, the street, you know, if most rappers that we hear on the radio are talking about the streets and their situation, whatever, well, that's all we're gonna learn, and that looks like hip hop culture, like black culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, hip hop culture is a subculture, but it's a huge part of the black culture, and it is pop, and it is what is educating and teaching the generations coming up constantly. So it's like a cycle. You know what I'm saying? You get the street dude out of the hood. You get him talking on the mic. He talk all his wild stuff, and now it's teaching the kids to be the same way. And so, and you know, look, freedom of speech and all that is cool, but my thing is I need people to start realizing. I had this debate with my boy Dizzy the other day. Is that when you have power, you gotta accrue a sense of responsibility with that power. And I feel like that's the main reason why we're still in a space of disrespecting each other, and not it's because that we don't have a sense of identity. You know what I mean? I know for me personally, I first find my identity in God. You know what I'm saying? And then I find my identity, you know, as you know, a Meshack, and then I find my identity in my blackness. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So it's like. And I went and did my 23andMe DNA ancestry, which I'll get back in,
I want to know it too.
You know what I'm saying? And I know that knowing my genealogy is going to give me even more of a sense of identity. Because now I'm going to be wanting to get into what cultures I'm made up of. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that's what we got. When you're talking about educating and accruing knowledge to combat that skill, that problem right there in our community, learn about our culture. Maybe look up, try to find out what your genealogy is, you know, and accrue that sense of identity and knowing that we come from more than just slavery and the hoods and the ghettos and all that. So,
I actually agree with you. I've read a lot of books about Black America, Black civilization, period. I'm on a quest to try to figure out what was our culture before coming here. I just want to know about it. So,
yeah, did that blood test. I might be Sierra Leone is what I'm guessing, most of mine, but we'll see.
I'm curious to know. So next podcast, you'll have your results.
Well, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
Next podcast, we're going to figure out what Brandon mixed with.
No, that's the 29th. Wait, we're not doing the 29th. Are we doing the 29th?
We'll figure that out.
Well,
but we're gonna see what he mixed with. Mixed with.
I'm black though, yo. I'm just this guy all day still. So
I think last podcast he said he a little pinch of this, a little mix of that.
Hey yo, and dude, stop asking every girl if she's mixed to think that she has to be mixed to be pretty. Like a dude did that at the party yesterday, and I could see how annoyed the girl was getting because he kept trying to get her to say, "You're mixed with this, you're mixed with this," and she's like, "No, I'm black." Like, cause she's a lighter, skin, woman. I'm like, dog. I'm just like, bro, stop. I'm telling you, this is what you don't do. You don't ask a woman if she's mixed. You know what I'm saying?
Mixed or, oh, you're pretty for a dark-skinned chick, or, you're pretty for, whatever type of chick you are. Let's stop that, please. Yeah. That's offensive. Yeah. Because y'all don't want us to get real with it. Like, oh, you're cute for, a little short guy. Or, you're cute for a little...
Oh, she feels... I see. She feels some way about that shorty. It's like, yeah.
Nah!
Hey, short dude, let me tell you something. As long as you are confident, them same 6-foot girls saying those memes about y'all will be in your inbox.
You cute for a little chocolate, whatever the case is. So y'all don't want us to get real. So
for the tall guys out there, for the tall guys out there, 5'11". For tall guys out there, right? That's tall. Cause my brother like 6 foot, and I'm like right next to him. Like when I stand next to people, I feel tall. And like if you take a picture, and I actually look pretty tall. And I don't.
Hey, shout out to tall guys.
Yeah, shout out to tall guys and tall women too, man. Tall women too. Shout
out to short dudes because y'all successfully live longer.
What? How?
Men's Fitness magazine put out a very detailed study a couple years ago. So shorter people statistically that we live longer because our bodies reproduce cells a lot less than taller people or bigger people. The more mass you have in your body, the more cells you have to constantly reproduce, which goes into how long you're going to live. Also, they said statistically, shorter people have brighter character because we go through more, man. Y'all be roasting us all through life, so we gotta build all this character. That's why Kevin Hart isn't funny to me because he's short. He's short person funny. Like, I know his funny. I've had to be Kevin Hart funny to get through life. And degrade to feel good and get secure about myself. You know what I mean? You know what? We also, Men's Fitness magazine also statistically says we're blessed. What? We're usually a little bit more blessed. Go look that up. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I'm talking about. All right.
Anyway,
this is how podcast.
You know what? Yesterday,
look, they scary, y'all. I'm gonna give y'all the real, all right? Whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yesterday was National Short Girl Appreciation Day.
Y'all good? Short girls fine.
Yeah. We are, but it's nice. I saw that. Tall, my boyfriend sent me a thing of it. He was like, "I'm gonna go out and go buy you a step stool today." I said, "Thank you. That's what I needed." Actually, I can't reach the top shelf.
Listen. Shout out to all shapes and sizes because I love
it. Don't matter.
Yesterday, National Short Girl Day.
It don't matter how tall you are, short you are. Me, I know personally, if I throw a suit on and I'm tall and I look sharp, my suit is tailor made. I get my muscles filled. I'm gonna look like The Rock out there. My boy over here, he's just gonna look a little bit more blessed, like you said. That's all.
Well, just so y'all know, I'm talking about blessed. You know what I'm saying? Men's Fitness magazine says that short dudes usually is packing a little bit more. All right, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm gonna say. But that's statistics.
Brandon, this quote, we gonna go on.
Look it up. Do you want to look it up? It sounds crazy.
I think that's what y'all should do in y'all spare time. So this quote, can we reflect?
I can't believe this.
Why? This is a health podcast, and that is health. We're grown and we can talk about anything. You know
I don't necessarily want to talk about.
You don't have to talk about that. That's just the fact I was throwing out. We don't have to expound.
I'm good.
But I'm trying to get my short dude some confidence out here.
Right. I'm so glad you're not on live anymore. So glad you're not on live.
Man, look, man.
But anyway. I can't believe this.
We talking about junk on a Sunday.
Y'all look wild, bro. This is alright, go ahead.
So what was your quote?
No.
What was your quote?
Man, y'all, look, we can only podcast on a Sunday anyways to right now. So, look, we got to talk about any and everything on a Sunday. God made it. God's green earth, know what I'm saying? Look.
Yeah.
So, it ain't, I'm very proud to be black.
I apologize.
But black isn't. Y'all are wilding out, man. Hey, look, leave in the comments, y'all. How real do y'all want us to be able to get on this podcast?
I mean, we can be real, but I ain't trying to talk about no.
No, you don't. No, you don't. But you know what I'm saying.
I don't want to come.
So I'm very proud to be black, but black is not all I am.
Sorry.
That's my cultural, historical background, my genetic makeup, but it's not all of who I am, nor is the basis from which I answer every question. Expound.
Wait, which one you just read?
Denzel.
I'm very proud to be black, but black is not all I am.
Okay.
That's my cultural, historical background, my genetic makeup, but it's not all of who I am, nor is the basis from which I answer every question.
I feel that because, you know, we do got a lot of people like everything is about just them being black. Us being black is beautiful. I'm proud to be black as well. You know, if I had to choose to be another race, I wouldn't. I would choose to be black. But we are way more than just black people. We gotta kind of remember that too. Like, don't put us in just one box. Like, we're more than that. You know.
We birthed the world, to be honest. So you can't put us in no box.
We did.
Know
we did that.
Sadly, is that a lot of people do believe in that. I mean, I think this brings me back to LeBron James. I think, what was that white lady that was in the media that was saying, like, oh, you just dribble a ball, that's all you do, this and that. He's like, I am way more than basketball. Mm-hmm. I am way more than a ball player. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, the amount of stuff that he does for the community, the amount of people that he touched by what he does, you know, and not just his skin color, it just shows, like, we're just way more than that. Yeah. And I think he had like T-shirts and everything that says I'm more than a basketball player or something like that, or I dribble more. It was something along the lines, and it's just like, you know, your skin color is it's your skin color. Okay, if somebody poke you with a knife, you're gonna bleed red. Same thing with the person that's white. Same thing for the person that's purple. Same thing that's whatever. You're gonna bleed. Same color blood, still bleed red, right? So skin complexion. That's just one thing, okay? We're way more than that. Whatever we went through back in the day, whatever we're going through now, okay? It has a lot to do with our history. However, we're way more. We're way bigger than that. I think we all are just really kings in disguise. And we need to actually realize that, man. We do so much more. We can be so much more, so much bigger. So,
and I said, I can't wait for the day where we have to stop, I can't wait for the day where if it comes, where we don't have to be so extra to be secure as a community, you know what I'm saying? Like, for me, to be honest, like, always having to call us kings and queens, even though, you know, I get where it's coming from. Like, to me personally, it gets cliche after a while, because I know why we have to keep saying things like this. You know what I'm saying? I know why we have to keep doing mad appreciation stuff, you know what I mean? I can't wait for the day where it's just normal to just be like black, and it's not. No, I'm saying that's why I say if the day will ever come, I can't wait to where we can just like all this extra, you know, like I love, you know, all the black stuff and everything, and you know we do all that, but I just can't wait to where it's just like, yo, where it's nothing crazier than this Hispanic community over here. We're all in the same playing field as the European here, or the whatever here. Obviously, that's a perfect world, but it would be beautiful to not like have to be extra as a black community. You know what I'm saying? Because that's why we get so identified in just our blackness. It's because we have to be extra so much to heal or whatever from all the stuff that we do. You know, but yeah, I don't know. Do y'all see what I'm saying?
I mean, I do.
Yeah.
You know, I wish we can, you know, make this more normal, but in the time being, you know, we have to uplift a lot of our black people to know that, you know, I don't know.
I know we have to. I just can't wait for the day where we don't have to do that no more. Like because it's stressful, it becomes your life almost to be a pacifier to all your people.
Well, I mean,
the day will probably come, but it's just like I said, it takes time.
No, it won't come. I don't think it will, but it'd be just a beautiful to live in that reality. You know what I'm saying?
Don't say it won't. Don't never say never. Cause
Well,
never know. Come on, you never know.
But the way the world is, you gotta see how things are and be realistic. You know, the way the world is now, that we're in 2020 already, and we see that things really have gotten worse.
And we haven't been out of slavery that long.
Right.
I mean,
there's still states that are segregated. There's still segregation places in the U.S.
You still have.
So we're not even 100% free.
We're not.
Look, at the end of the day, I get it. I really do. But until we change our mindset about it and start saying, look, this is what it's going to be, you know, we will see the end to this. Well, not even the end, but like we'll see better results. But we can't just say we want this, but then it will never happen.
But you have to think.
You have to put it out there.
But you have to think. There's
speak
two
life
sides.
into it.
There's two sides. It's not just black people that live in America.
I mean, I get
there's
that.
sides to it. So even if black people itself made that decision, we have to understand that there's another percentage of groups that have a mentality where
the camera's still on.
Yeah, it's it. Yeah, there's another group that's not going to either agree with what we're doing, what we say. Yeah. If it was just
Caribbeans and African Americans if you get on the same page like
exactly.
That.
So
I know.
So I mean, like honestly,
how much time? That's the thing. We'd have to have all the time in the world to get to that point.
Yeah.
Like if like we were gonna be completely honest, it would have to be a couple more hundreds of years to get to that point. Now, in my mind, you already know where I'm at, where I think the world will be in the next 35 or 30 years.
Yeah,
so it's